the youth with knowledge, skills, and attitudes to enable them access online work, participate and access online work. The gig economy has not been fully exploited, and we believe that the youth can acquire employment by entering online work. So really what we are trying to do is to give them the tools, the skills, the mentorship, so that they can become online workers or gig workers. And today we have some youth who have benefited from the program. Introduce yourself.
My name is Benaya Utundi, a software engineer and freelancer.
My name is Joyce Kimani, a supply chain graduate and a freelancer under the program.
Yeah. And she's also a trainer. She has been playing a very big part in training this youth for this particular program. You can introduce yourself.
Ajira from Unabilis. We are one of the implementing partners of the Ajira digital program. We are partnering with the Ministry of Labour for initiative.
The importance of this program is that the importance of this program is that once they gain the skills, they don't wait. They go straight into online employment. So that is the key idea, is that we give them the skills, they acquire the skills, and then we mentor them, and immediately they go into online employment. So it is training for employment.
Maybe you can substantiate further about who is targeted, because you understand that we also have unemployment from the grassroots levels, and we do have the Ajira centers. Maybe what's the next master plan action for this?
In the coming year, we want to train 10,000 youth and even more. In the coming year, 2023-24, we are planning to train over 10,000 youth and even more, because we are going to use online training. And online training, we can be able to train very many youth, and we are using the Ajira centers. That is why the State Department for Labor and Skills Development is collaborating with the State Department for ICT and the digital economy, so that we work together. We use the Ajira centers in the constituencies, and the youth can come to these innovation hubs and access internet and training from there. And then we are also working with Immobilis, who are also delivering the training program. And we are planning to get as many youth as possible, because we don't want to hear youth saying that they don't have work. We don't want to hear youth sleeping. We want youth to come in, get trained, and start working, become gig workers.
I would ask, how long is this program that you're doing, and what is required for one to gain skills for the program and get trained?
Now, the programs that we are offering together with Ajira are several, but this particular program here is on data management, and we are going to train them for 1 week, and then afterwards they'll go for a mentorship for 4 weeks, and then thereafter they join online work. So there are very many programs that Ajira and Immobilis are actually training. This is just one of them. There are several. And qualifications depends on your background. If it is data management, again you look at the qualifications that you have that prepare you for that work. If it is something to do with software, then again we look at the qualifications that prepare you for that work. So we are very flexible. We are not saying that we are tying them to specific qualifications. Once we advertise, we ask you, send your CV. We look at how your CV is in terms of academic and experience, and then we tie you with the program that we think is relevant for you, and also the program that is of interest to you. So this is a program that all youth can come in, because the youth have different talents. So you tie the talent to the program that they can do and enable them to get online work in their area.
Maybe one may argue out that ICT and digital is mostly available in the cities and the urban areas, yeah? What about those youth who are available outside the urban areas and the rural areas where internet connectivity is not available? How can they be able to access, and they are not, maybe don't know, they know how to use a computer? How can they be able to jump into this program?
I want to answer this one, the Ajira centers.
come to this.
Come here. Talk about the Ajira. Please repeat the question.
Yeah, so one may argue out that this program is a digital space, and digital, is mostly available in the urban areas. In the rural areas, it's so difficult to find internet and also get those skills in computer. How are you going to ensure that even the youth in the rural areas get these opportunities and get to join this particular program?
Okay, thank you for that. One of the things that we are really working hard towards is to make sure that we don't leave any young people behind. The digital divide is real, so we are working towards digital inclusion in this program, and all actors, including the government and the ministry, are coming together to make sure that young people in the rural areas, in the marginalized communities, in the refugee communities, and disadvantaged young people, including persons with disabilities, also benefit from this program. We have the Ajira Empowerment Centers, which are actually located mostly in the rural areas and in the SR regions, which young people can access for free, and this should help us bridge the digital divide. Hope that answers. Edna Karijo. Edna Karijo, Ajira said.
And then these young men, these are testament of what the program can do and the employment that we are getting from online work. I think you should say something.
Yeah, so maybe I ask a question and ask that in the digital space, before you start digital, we see a lot of digital platforms which come with con artists in them that you have to pay a certain amount of money so that you can become part of them. We have met them, those marketing organizations that are online digital spaces that we say that they are training the youth on how to entrepreneurship. How can you be able to shine between them and a space that is good enough that can be able to earn you a substantial amount of money?
I think that is where programs such as this one come in, right? Because this program does not only give you the skills to access online work, they also show you, where you can access these online jobs and how you can even start the journey. So, the Ajira program and this program by the State Department, goes as far as to hold your hand and direct you on where to go. And I think that is a good initiative by the government because, it's not just about, showing us where the fish are, but also teaching us how to fish.
Maybe you can share your sentiments.
Hi, the last time I saw you were, there were a few views on you being on Upwork and not getting enough work on there because you were saying people prefer people from Philippines. Has that changed?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. My name is Joyce Kimani. I am an online worker who has, and also a beneficiary under Ajira digital program. To answer your question, it is true that the market is saturated. Since 2020 COVID times, everybody came to know about online work and everybody came to start training. And that on the same note, it brought a positive impact on the Ajira digital program and all the digital economy programs that had been implemented by the government because it really created awareness. To answer your question, it is true that sometimes you find in such platforms like Upwork, you find some countries invite their own. But countries like, if I could mention just some, sometimes you find countries like Philippines, they invite their own freelancers. But that hasn't really been happening in Kenya. But we are happy for the launch of the just launched program because we are now in for supporting our own, especially in terms of training because that's the most important thing. And then we can be competitive out there.